Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Adriana of Ink to Prosperity, and today we're talking about the lovers. Okay, welcome back. So we are gonna just keep continuing our tarot study. If you haven't already watched the other 5 videos, I'll be sure to link them somewhere up here. But we're gonna be referencing probably 3 different decks. Y'all know how I do. I have the Afro Avatar Tarot deck, love this, the typical Rider-Waite, as well as my, that's not it, my Shaman Tarot deck. I'll typically be working out of the Rider-Waite, but just in case I use those other decks, I want you all to know where they come from. All books, decks will be linked below if you want to check them out. So let's dive right in. I want to break things down by 5 themes. I want to do colors, astrology, numerology, scenery, and beings. Just to break down everything that's going on in this card. So I want to give you a look. See this beautiful card? Okay. Zooming in so that you can see the details. Yes. Okay. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. She is so pretty. And there's so much to talk about, but get your pen and paper ready because we're about to go to school. Okay, so starting off, let us talk about the scenery. So in these 3 cards, we see there's a few different scenes happening in each one. These 2 are pretty similar, but this one is going along with the theme of the Avatar, which you'll find in a lot of other themed tarot decks, but ones that stick to the original art will have just some sort of variation like the Shaman Tarot does. But in all of these, we have this beautiful scenery set outside. It's gorgeous. We have the sun that is out, and which is important because some of our tarot cards have it, the scenery is happening at nighttime. This is also going to be like a gorgeous warm day. We have the sun out. There's things blooming here in these 2, so I'm gonna guess spring or summertime. So the vibe that this card, the scenery, gives me is that it's like the perfect day. It is gorgeous, it's pretty, this, sun's out, the birds are probably chirping, and here we have the ocean behind us. So it's just a beautiful, lovely day, and it almost makes you feel like everything has worked together to create this perfect moment. So that is how we are setting the scene with this deck. Now in the Rider-Waite Tarot, there are a few details here in the scene. So we have this tree here, and we have this tree here. Now this tree, which is behind the woman, is going to be representative of the tree of knowledge. It also has a serpent. Not sure if you can really see that detail in there, but there's a serpent there representing the tree of knowledge, of good and evil. I think that's like the full name. Here with the little fire looking things, they're actually supposed to be fruits. So this is representative of the tree of life, and this one is behind the man. And so both of these trees down here at the bottom of their roots, they end up connecting together down here in the grass. And then we also have clouds here, which clouds in the tarot can be representative of like messages, things coming in, interference. And then of course we have the sun representing vitality, the core, the base, the root, since our solar system revolves around our sun star. So we also have the mountains here, which I read somewhere that it is representative of like the connection between heaven and earth. Like the top of this mountain is like the beginning of that horizon between heaven and earth. So again, we're bringing in those two elements coming together to create this perfect moment. And that's what our tree of life and our tree of knowledge really come together to create. And of course, you can dive deeper into those studies of both of those two trees, and they represent so many things across many different cultures. Trees, to begin with, are so connective. They're all about knowledge and wisdom. To me, they represent the ancestors, and just how things blossom, and kind of like the circle of life almost. And so a lot of symbolism just when we focus on the scenery, and how when we are going to look at the whole card and its meaning, the scenery really is the foundation behind all the other symbols that exist in this card. Okay, now let's dive into the beings. So technically there's 4 if you include the snake, but if you just include the main 3, there's 3. So beginning here, we have this winged creature, supposed to be an angel, could be the divine creator, great spirit, could be representative of the ancestors, any deity that you might connect with, or just in a divine external force. So that is what this creature is being representative of. And then we have these 2 people here. We have a woman and a man. A lot of people will say masculine and feminine. It can also just be 2 separate entities, polar opposites coming together, or just 2 things wanting to create together. So those are the people, the beings that we have here. And then if you were to include the snake, which this card also includes here, the snake is wrapped around both of their hands together. Snakes are representative for so many things. But to begin with, they're all about knowledge, wisdom, jealousy, deceit, as well as like an awakening, if we think about the Kundalini. So those are our beings that we have there. And again, you hear how I keep talking about 2 things coming together, 2 things coming together to create something else. And so a lot of the imagery here is really speaking on these things meshing. Okay, so that's what we have representative here in the in the masculine and the feminine figures here, as well as it being representative of this whole scene. Of course, is referenced within the Garden of Eden, all about Adam and Eve, and like that moment, you know, they're still naked here, and so it's about that moment before shit hit the fan, basically, and how, you know, all things were good, things were innocent and just free. Okay, and so that's where this Garden of Eden moment is coming from. But if that's not your practice, of course you don't have to go there, but just wanted to give you that feedback. Now here in the Afro Avatar Tarot deck, these 2 beings, if you've watched Avatar all the way through, then you know this scene is pretty much where they had to take a few different paths in order to get out of the cave. And these 2 people that they met along the way were just vibing, just chilling, weren't really stressed about anything, and just kind of trusted that that love would lead the way. Okay, so digging into the numerology, astrology, and colors, because they all pretty much go together. First, the numerology is connected to the number 6. 6 is a mathematically perfect number. 6 has a lot to do with harmony and stability, as well as relationships and protection. And for me personally, 6 comes up when I need to reassess or reflect on something and then try again. I think that it's perfect because it comes from right after 5, and 5 is all about like change and transformation, and sometimes really quickly, so things get lost or fall through, it's, you know, like stuff falls through the crack. And so 6 comes in to remind you like, hey, don't forget about that, or you need to do this, or let's go back and look at your plan again and try this, this, and that. And I think 6 is such a supportive number as well, and doesn't feel as harsh as a 5, and it just has like that loving energy whenever I see it. So I personally love the number 6, and I hope that you know, create your own relationship with this particular number as you are reading and diving into your own numerology. Now we are also in a 6 year, so 2022, 222 equals 6. So we are in the lover's year. We are walking through this journey. And that brings me to the astrology of the lover's card. So this card is associated with Gemini, and Geminis are air signs, and they're also connected to Mercury, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's a lot to have to do with communication, thought processes, decision, transportation, and just like all different types of communication. And so this is such a talkative card. And Geminis, I think, are really, really smart and intelligent, and they're quick-witted as well. And Geminis have this ability to help us as a collective make informed decisions, which I also feel like this card brings to us when it shows up in a reading. Now I'm gonna tell y'all how real the Gemini energy is because this is my second time filming this particular video, and each time I just want to talk and talk and talk, and I've had to narrow it down because there's so many things I could talk about, but I'm not like getting to the main point until 3 minutes later. So that just shows you how strong the Mercury energy is within this card. Now, because it is connected to the number 6, it's also technically connected to the 6th zodiac, which is Virgo, which is ruled by Venus. And so that brings in that harmony, that relationships, of course, love and romance, and alignment. And so I feel like Virgo is like the airiest earth sign, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about the colors. So when you look at all of these together, the first color that I see is blue. Blue, blue, blue. And funny, the backs of all of these are blue. So to me, blue is about the metaphysical. It's about emotions. It speaks healing to me as well, but in a way that's like, let me heal your aura, let me heal your energetic field type of thing. Blue also represents communication for me as well. So there's that communication reference once again. And then we also have the color yellow. Yellow is joy, it's peace, it's let me stand out despite what everybody else is doing. We also have red. Red is one of those colors that changes its meaning as I get older and grow. But for me right now, it's about protection. It's also connected to passion and love, of course. And then we also have green as another primary color sticking out here. And green is like nature. Green is the earth. Green is growth and abundance. And so I think it's so perfect that those are like the main colors that stick through. So what the fuck does all that mean? Well, the Lovers is about being in the moment where you have to choose a path. It's about making a choice that is aligned for your best and highest good, but also coming to the realization that if I choose this path, then I can't choose that other path. And so there's something that I'm not going to get from there, and making peace with that. And I think the beautiful thing about this choice that you have to make is that everything literally is aligning for you to make this choice, because it is such a monumental moment in your life. So when this card comes up, it is showing like this is huge for you. This isn't like just some, I'm gonna wear pink today. Like, it's on some real shit. And so I think it's important for you to pay attention to what other cards show up around this particular card, because it's going to give you some more insight into the path that you're choosing, any external forces, and also because the nakedness is such a strong feature. I'm dropping the cards in this card. We also have to be mindful of, are we really aware of everything that comes with making this decision? And so it might be good to pull some more cards so that you are making an informed decision like the Gemini wants you to. So I hope that this makes sense to you. Let me know how the Lover speaks to you, or any crazy phenomena you've had with the Lover's card. And thank you for tuning in.